Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon. Those of you who are familiar with this unique concept called Filipino time, raise your hands. Okay, I want you to know the blame on us starting late falls squarely on these Filipino shoulders right here. So props to you who showed up on time, including our filmmaker, Megan Reyes. On behalf of the Manila International Film Festival, thank you. On behalf of the Manila International Film Festival, which interesting enough is not based in Manila, but here in Los Angeles, we want to welcome you. And for an organization that's ostensibly set up to bridge Hollywood to Manila to Hollywood and ensuring two-way traffic from Hollywood to Manila, what more apropos film to be a partner with than Between Two Worlds? So on behalf of our founding board member, Lisa Manibog, Lisa, wave. We want to say welcome. We are honored to be a part of this. And now let's introduce the filmmaker. Megan Reyes is an award-winning host, presenter, and content creator, passionate about growing the game of soccer through stories of culture, identity, and belonging. A first-generation Filipino-American, Megan has an inherent curiosity for exploring heritage and uses her platform in sports to bridge, there's that word bridge again, the two. She is the executive producer and director of the film we're here today to see, Between Two Worlds, the documentary. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Reyes.
Thank you so much to both Winston and Lisa and Manila International Film Festival for all of your support for this premiere and this film. Hello everyone, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I am so grateful to all of you for being here today. Wow, this is so cool to see. There's that saying that social media has warped our brains, right? Because 100 likes on a post may not seem like a lot, and I'll tell you that by my standards, that would absolutely be considered a flop. But there's about 100 of you here today, and I'm just overjoyed. There was a wait list of people that wanted to be here, and it just means so much that everyone is spending their afternoon here. We had people fly in from Idaho and Colorado, people drive down from Northern California, drive up from San Diego, drive all over LA, which is just as much of a journey as probably flying from Idaho. So thank you so much for being here. It means the world. In 2023, I'll tell you about why we're here. In 2023, I wrote, hosted, and produced a podcast called Between Two Worlds. And it's about the Filipino-American experience in parallel with the Philippine women's national football team going to the country's first ever FIFA World Cup for both men and women. It was a historical achievement for Filipino sports. And at the end of the podcast, I said, it's my dream to one day visit the Philippines and see where my parents are from. I don't know if any other first-generation kids of any other culture can relate, but I know for me, visiting the Philippines always felt like a distant dream that I hoped to one day do in my life. And then at the end of 2023, I asked myself, what's stopping you? You know, life is short, money comes and goes. Go, travel, explore, connect. So last April, my partner Evan and I spent 3 weeks in the Philippines learning as much as we can about the football culture. And I'll show you. We did it all with these two small cameras and 2 of his drones. And so what you're going to see today is a visual representation of our experiences. And you're going to learn about the rise of football in a country known for boxing and basketball, honestly. And you're going to see the undeniable impact the women's national team has had on the country and on young athletes. And you're also going to hear about the grassroots efforts that are in place to create a pathway for these young kids to hopefully one day make the national team and play on a global stage like the World Cup. And what makes this film even more special is it's a memorialization of my first trip home to the Philippines. And I hope you all enjoy it. Few thank yous before we get started. I yap into a mic for a living, you guys, so you're gonna have to listen to me talk. A few thank yous. Evan, thank you so much for not only being my videographer and drone pilot, but my partner in life And those 3 weeks in the Philippines was the best experience of my life, and I'm so grateful that you were by my side the whole time. AJ, Calme, wherever you are, my producer and editor, AJ emailed me while we were in the Philippines. He saw what we were working on social media, emailed me and asked if I needed editing support. And truthfully, we went to the Philippines with no plan except our cameras, and we were gonna figure it out afterwards. AJ brings decades of experience in Hollywood, in film and TV, and bringing him onto the project was the best decision I've made. I've learned so much from him. He was so patient with me as a first-time filmmaker. This was not possible without you. Melanie Lim, Jose Acuna, and Chris Snellings all provided additional editing support from color and sound and archival footage. Thank you all for sharing your energy and talents with me on this project. Also, you will notice that my entire post-production team are all Filipino creatives, and that was intentional, absolutely by design, because there are not enough of us in our spaces, so I will always use my platform to showcase our talents to the world, including all the music you're going to hear in the film are all Filipino artists, so I hope you enjoy their work as well. My parents, thank you for everything. As I've navigated my journey towards finding my Filipino identity, one thing was always certain, that I'm proud to be Filipino. So thank you for teaching Kuya and I to always be proud of who we are and where we're from, and I hope this makes you proud. Last but not least, before I stop yapping, I want to thank everyone who is not in the room today, and that is everybody in the Philippines, including our co-producer, Camille Rodriguez. Camille was the connective tissue that made this entire documentary happen. She drove Evan and I all over Metro Manila, introduced us to the entire football community in the Philippines. And if there's one thing about Filipinos, is we're very hospitable people. And the football community welcomed Evan and I with open arms. They invited us to trainings, closed-door friendlies. They invited us into their homes, drove all across Metro Manila in Manila traffic to meet Evan and I for breakfast or coffee or a meal, to understand how they could support this project. And they're all now family, and I wish they could be here with us today. So this is their story. I am so excited to introduce Between Two Worlds, the documentary.